Hello and welcome back to the Inconsistency channel. I'm Skella. How have you guys been? Let me ask you all a question. Do you guys like cereal? I do. Specifically, the delicious, sugary, plastic taste of American children's cereal. And the only thing more iconic than the taste of Red 40 is the iconic mascots that go alongside them. But you know what? I'm gonna stand up and say it. I think these grain peddlers have had it too good for too long. I see the way they look down upon me in the cereal aisle. Ooh, Skella can't afford us, so they have to go to Aldi to get the healthy off-brands. Well, I'm sick of it. However, as much as I'd like to get my revenge on every single one of these sugary bastards, I need to know when to choose my battles. And that's why for today's video, I will be detailing several popular cereal mascots and whether or not the average person, that's you, could beat them in a fight. Now, this list is going to have two rules. One, we are under the assumption that this mascot is trying to fight you. It doesn't matter what their moral alignment is or what their general nature is, they are coming at you. Now, whether or not they're trying to kill you or just apprehend you will depend on the character. Secondly, weapons are allowed for both parties. One last thing before this video starts, I cannot include every single cereal mascot in history. I think 15 is a nice round number, okay? So if I see anybody in the comment section going, actually you forgot the iconic cereal mascot Blingo Bambo, I'm gonna come to your house and punch you in the head, okay? Alrighty, let's kick off the list with the Honey Nut Cheerios mascot, Buzz the Bee. I mean, he is a bee. I think this will be pretty simple. Sure, he's a talking sapient bee, but from all the commercials I reviewed, he doesn't seem to have any special powers or abilities, so all it would really take you is a can of Raid or a rolled up comic. But he's also personal friends with Sonic the Hedgehog, and also Godzilla for some reason, so be wary of that. Next is the Rice Krispies triplets Snap, Crackle, and Pop, and I went into researching them, kind of worried that they might have some crazy fae powers, since I'm pretty sure that their canon species is gnome. But, they don't actually display that much magical ability in the commercials. Honestly, you can just step on them.
Honestly, if I saw that damn thing in my living room, I'd stomp on it until it was a small brown stain.
Like, honestly, the only powers I've seen them display in the commercials I reviewed are, like, jumping between the cereal box and reality, and changing the color of your wallpaper for some reason. However, bear in mind that there are 3 of them, and fae creatures are notoriously tricky. I think a fly swatter will serve you pretty well in this fight. Overall, doable. Let's move on to the best friends from Applejack cereal, Bad Apple and Cinnamon. These guys are also pretty small, so you can probably just step on them. But, I'm gonna be real, I don't like their vibe. There's something nasty about it. Specifically that apple. Bad Apple used to be an antagonist in the commercials who has supposedly reformed, but I don't believe it. I think there's still something sick and nasty in his soul. He is plotting something, and I don't like it one bit. Otherwise, just squish him. Time for the danger to ramp up just a little bit with the Trix Rabbit. After years of not being allowed to eat his own goddamn cereal, this thing is full of pent-up rage that he will unleash upon you. He's fast, he's tricky, he is a master of disguise, and he is very determined. I think the best course of action here would be to use some Trix cereal to lure him into traps, or utilize hunting rifles because he is a rabbit, what's he gonna do against a bullet? Quite the challenging opponent, but definitely doable. Our next fighter is Diggum the Frog from Honey Smacks. Yep, that's a frog. And just like Honey Smack cereal itself, there's not really anything interesting you can say about Diggum. I mean, there was like 1 or 2 commercials I saw where he could fly or float for some reason. Otherwise, he's just a frog. Smash him with a bat. Things start getting a little trickier as we move on to the Fruit Loops mascot, Toucan Sam. Obviously, as a bird, he can fly, so that's something to watch out for. And even if you do get out of his line of sight, he can smell you. Also, his size is very inconsistent between the commercials, so he may or may not be a shapeshifter. That would be a problem. Also, I saw a commercial where he may or may not be breathing underwater. His ass is not wearing a snorkel. Also, he's acquaintances with Super Mario from Nintendo. I don't know if that's gonna be a problem, but it's definitely something to be aware of. Toucan Sam makes for a very, very frustrating challenger, but through all my rage, I believe he is beatable. I fucking hate British people. Next up is the Crazy Squares, and I'm gonna be real, this is the first one I'm genuinely scared of. Now, we're not talking about one little cereal square. No, there are hundreds, perhaps thousands, of these little freaks. And I mean freaks. These things are nasty little creatures. Disgusting little animals they are. They have no moral code at all. They will show you no mercy. They'll all swarm you and strip you down to the bone like cartoon piranhas. And when they're done with that, they're gonna lick all your bones like popsicles because they're nasty. They're nasty! Keep yourself well armored. Do not expose any skin. And do not be afraid to use chemical weapons because I think that's the only way to keep these things at bay. Okay, next up is Captain Crunch. And oh man, do I have some beef to settle with him. First off, common misconception, Captain Crunch is not a pirate. He's a Navy man, and the only troops that I support are those fruits down in Blood Gulch. Secondly, he's not even a captain, he's a commander. He's a lying fucking crook. What's he even do? I've never seen him do any official Navy business. All he does is sail around with his crew full of children on his ship full of cereal. What do I have to fear from a guy that can't even keep his berries in the right place? Okay. Reeling it back, assuming that he's not lying about being in the Navy altogether, even if he's not a captain, a commander is still a pretty high rank, and he probably has all the training to kick my ass. However, he is also a very old-school Navy man, so I think showing him the barrel of a modern Tommy gun will be enough to shiver his timbers. Next is Lucky the Leprechaun. Okay, I'm gonna be straightforward with you guys. This is not going to be a fight in the traditional sense, because right now we are talking about the Fae, and you don't fight the Fae, you make deals with the Fae. Now, I didn't watch all 200 Lucky Charms commercials, but in just the ones that I saw, Lucky possesses quite a few terrifying abilities. He can teleport, he can materialize and transform objects, he can change the day and night cycle for some reason.
Oh, stare after me, Princess Lucky Charms. I'll make it nighttime and hide in the dark. I didn't know he knew how to do that.
Even if he wasn't some sort of fey creature, there would not be a fight in the traditional sense here. No chance at all. You must tread very, very lightly when dealing with the Fae. Never accept gifts from them, always talk clearly and literally, do not accept any food from them, and most importantly, do not ever tell a Fae creature your name. This will be a battle of wits. Stay armed. Next up is Chip the Wolf from Cookie Crisp, and fun fact, the only major design change that he's had over the years was taking his clothes off. Do with that what you will. I think it's safe to say that this guy is, more than a little bit unhinged. He's got kind of like a supervillain thing going on, like he's always using some fucked up evil invention to get his cereal fix. Which sounds like it would be a problem, but all his machines sort of have like a cartoonish flaw, like literally having a switch that makes it want to kill him. Honestly, you'd better hope he comes at you with the inventions, because otherwise you're just gonna be fighting a wolfman. And nobody wants to fight a wolfman. Next is Count Chocula, and let's be honest, vampires are one of the most overhyped Halloween monsters ever. There is like a billion different ways to kill them. If you wanted to take out Count Chocula, it would just be process of elimination. If all else fails, stake him in the heart, because that would literally kill anyone. Next is Tony the Tiger, and I'm not even gonna try. That is one jacked apex predator. It doesn't matter what weapon I'm bringing, he's gonna kick my ass. Moving on to Sonny the Cuckoo from Cocoa Puffs. I'm scared. At this point, it would just be fighting a force of nature. This guy is so insane, and it's not even his fault. Literally everything reminds him of his one true obsession, and it drives him to madness. You wouldn't even be able to get a single hit on him. He'd take a look at your shoes and it would somehow remind him of the chocolatey goodness of Cocoa Puffs, and he'd just start fucking tearing you limb from limb. Maybe you could call it a win if you managed to tranquilize him somehow. Otherwise, I'm scared. Get him away from me. Okay, our second to last contender is the disgusting, ghoulish freak that Honeycombs is keeping in its basement, known as Crazy Cravings. Holy fuck. Saying that I'm scared of this eternally hungry body snatcher would be an understatement. I'm fucking horrified. You can't expect me to throw fists with this thing. I'm pissing my pants! May the gods of grain and honey have mercy on your soul. Alright, at last we come to the final contender. And who else but, oh god, it burns! Oh god, it burns! The unmatched power of the fucking sun! And that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to help you decide which of these cereal mascots you could fucking beat up. Now, I have to take this time to say, thank you so much for all the support I've been getting on my previous videos. It has been amazing. Like, I got so many subscribers in such a short amount of time, and I am so grateful, and I really hope that I can keep you guys entertained. I hope I don't disappoint you at all. It's a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. But so far, you've all been so nice. Thank you so much again. Let me know what kind of video you'd like to see next. It doesn't have to be another list video. I'd really like to do another art video like I did that one time. Even though people didn't really watch it. I had fun, okay? I like to show off my art skills. Sue me. So tell me what you'd like to see. I don't really have that many ideas right now. Subscribe if you liked it. It really encourages me to keep making videos and to keep improving. And like this video to die instantly. Goodbye.
Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up.